Alright, welcome to the Nickerson Factor. A little quick blurt before I go have a shower and probably pass out for the evening. I know I wanted to do this on Saturday. Yeah, it was on Saturday when I was at the bar and I finished work. I wanted to post up, I think it's one of my fave cocktails that I've started hitting lately. The Tea Punch. Now, the Tea Punch is so simple. It can be made at home, can be made anywhere, and it's once you've just got the basics down, it is so easy to make, and you can make it with anything. So predominantly what you need some white sugar, you need some limes. Now, depending on how good your limes are, you can bulge that up with lime juice, or just get some good limes or bad limes. I mean, you just have to work with what you got on that one. Now, the rum that I actually really like making this with is the Dillon. It's an agricultural rum. It's a French rum. I think it's the only agricultural French rum you can find in New Zealand, which works really well. You can also make it with Kraken, and you can do it with Salad Jerry's, and you can do it with most rums. You can do dark rums, you can do white rums, depending how nice they are. So I usually find kind of like, even like the Appletons, it's a nice caramel kind of style of rum, so that's kind of nice, and you can play around using like brown or white sugar if you like. I would say stay away from the Captain Morgan's, but I've never made it with Captain Morgan's, so I mean, give it a go, see how it goes, eh? But so it's really easy, and this is the thing I like. It's a symbiosis. It's that real simple concept of a symbiosis between lime and sugar to hide the burning of the alcohol and to make it just pleasant. Now, you're always going to be tasty alcohol in it, and this is where the point of nice alcohol, or not premium, but this is the quality of your spirits that is going to come into play a lot in this drink. It's yeah, it's what's going to come into play. So you're going to start off with, I'm just going to go for a Dillon, how I make my one, and then we'll go from there. So if you haven't tasted it before, it's a very aggressive agricultural rum. It's close to 50 proof, so there's a bit of heat to it, and it's got this really interesting taste to it. It's like this real earthy green kind of taste in the front palate. Now, what you want to do is you just want to get like 5 slices of lime, and you want to sprinkle like a bar spoon to like 1.5 bar spoons of sugar on that. Now, that'll be tempered on how juicy the limes are, depending on how much juice you're going to get out of them. And then what you want to do is that you just want to pour a little bit of the rum onto that at the beginning, and just give it a wee bit of a muddle. Just a little bit of a crush, just a little bit of a crush. You don't want to mash it, because the problem with mashing limes really hard is that you'll get that massive astringency out of the skin, and you don't really want that. Like, it's you just want that kind of acid out of the juice, but you don't want the astringency out of the skin, because that can like really unbalance a drink. It can just make it a little bit hard. That's what it does. It makes like a really hard acid in the drink. So you want to do that. And then once you've and you just want to do that, and you just want to, once you've kind of mashed it up a little bit, you can give it a stir with the spoon. And really what you want to do with that is that you just want to be diluting the sugar. Make sure that it's all diluted. And then you're going to throw some ice cubes in there. And then you're just going to start stirring. And you stir up a little bit, so you can put like half glass full of ice. And then you stir until it's double the volume. And then you can whack in the rest of your rum. So it's a 45-60 ml kind of drink of rum, like a straight drink. There's no top or anything. Yeah, it's literally about that. And then you're just going to keep stirring and bringing up the dilution rate. Now, I could give you times and stuff to do it, but then you wouldn't really figure it out in yourself. So the easiest way to do it is that once you put your rum in and you start stirring, taste it, and then stir for another minute, then taste it, then stir, taste it, and then you'll see. And I think this is a good way to do it, is that your first one, just do that for like 10 minutes, and you're going to overstir the shit out of it, but you're going to see the beginning, the middle, and the end, and you're going to see what it tastes like when it's overstirred. And then the second one, we're going to aim for like just in the middle kind of thing. So yeah, you're going to do that, and then what I like, you can taste it at the end. If you just want a little bit more hit of a rum, just put a little splash more rum on top. Give it a stir, give it a stir, give it a... Yeah, it doesn't actually make sense, does it? You just give it a stir, Oh, it's a bit better hand movement. And then you just give it a stir, and it's just it's a stirring drink. So it's you got to get your old kind of hand. Your hand used to like stirring the old bar spoon, which is bar spoon comes in handy because it's kind of more uses than just that. And yeah, it's really simple with tea punch. I mean, you can make it with Kraken, is really good. And then as soon as you start making it with other rums, you can change the amount of lime. Like I know Sailor Jerry's will take less lime than Kraken, whereas Kraken can swallow a fair bit of lime into it, and it'll be quite nice. Whereas Sailor Jerry's will fall apart with the amount of sugar, lime, and stirring that you do, because it's not in itself such an aggressive style of rum. Whereas Kraken's a little bit more aggressive, and the deal on agricultural, you can really just hammer it home. It can take a lot of punishment, and then you can really just do it at how strong you want it and how weak you want it. And man, that's my cocktail of the day. I mean, I've been wanting to post something for a while. It's I've gone back to the fan favs. The fan favs. We really wanted to do some fan favs, so I'll try and post one of those a week. It's just the ones that I really think, you know, they're a crowd pleaser. If you can get that down, it's a crowd pleaser, man. It's so good if someone wants like a real strong rum drink, they like a bit of lime, they like a little bit of that. And at the end, what you're going to have that sweet kind of like rum taste at the beginning, and then just about when the alcohol's about to hit, you're going to have the lime and the sugar. It's just going to have this combination which just kind of floats the end of the palate all the way through, and it's just going to make it just a really nicely balanced drink. You know, if you're going to put too much sugar in it, it's going to be a little bit too sweet. Same if you put too much lime, it's going to be a little bit too acidic, it's going to be out. So I mean, that's where you start playing a few ingredients. You have your mocktails down, you know how sugar and lime react with each other. And yeah, that's the tea punch. So I mean, go out and make it, see if you like it. I mean, I love that drink. It's really good. It's nice for a hot afternoon or a stiff drink for the end of the evening. It's always nice if you can make something beautiful as well. Everyone loves it. Well, anyway, I have to say I'm sorry for my voice if it sounds all like, but I'm still a little bit, I have to be careful. But as always, stay hungry, stay foolish, and be happy.